Hi, I'm Stacey and welcome to my Book Nook. And today we're going to be doing a 5-star predictions video. Now I've been putting this off for a while because I don't really want to predict 5 stars because I'm terrible at it. And it kind of puts a little bit of pressure on these books to be 5 stars. So in my head, I've thought to myself, I'm not going to put any pressure on it. I'm just going to see what they're like when I read them. So that's my little introduction, and we shall get on to the books because I've got quite a few to go through. I won't be going through them in too much depth because I don't want to know too much about them. The first one I want to actually talk about is The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi, and that is by Shannon Chakraborty. And I have my ARC copy and I'm currently reading it. I'm only a little way through at the moment. I made this list before I started reading it, and I am not very far through it, so I don't know whether it will be 5 stars or not yet, but we shall see. So this book follows Amina Al-Sirafi, and she is like an ex-pirate. She's, at the moment when we first meet her, she is kind of in hiding, and she is she's telling her own story essentially about what happens on this voyage, or her adventures, I suppose. And she's an ex-pirate, so she's got her family, and then she gets dragged into one last, for lack of a better word, mission. So I am excited to see what goes on. I really loved the Daevabad trilogy by S.A. Chakraborty, and I'm super excited for this because I just loved her writing. Okay, so the next one is a BookTube and TikTok classic, and it is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And if you haven't heard of this before, I am surprised, but it's essentially about this old Hollywood actress, and she is telling her story, and she's specifically picked out one person to tell this story to, and no one really knows why because they're not a big journalist or anything. And that's as far as I know. That's all I know about it, and I'm very happy to know that. So I think it will be a 5 stars because everyone just seems to love it. And I often do find myself loving something a little bit out of my comfort zone that's written really well, and I will give them 5 stars. So here's hoping that this one is it. So the next one I also have a really good feeling about because so many people love it. And let's be honest, I'm quite mainstream with my choices. Everyone loves House in the Cerulean Sea. I love House in the Cerulean Sea. You can't really go wrong. So the one I think, Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. I think this is going to be a 5 star because it has all the adventure and stuff that I'm wanting. It has kind of the cozy feel of middle grade. So I think so. And I can't remember what it's about, so bear with me. Okay, so Amari Peters knows 3 things. Her brother Quinton has gone missing. No one will talk about it, and his mysterious job holds a clue. But then a strange invitation arrives. Amari has the chance to join the Magical Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, completing missions in a world where mermaids, aliens, and magicians are real, and her roommate is a were-dragon. Sold. I'm already sold. I think this will be a lot of fun, and everyone seems to like it, so I'm hoping I like it just as much. The next one is such a hope. I really hope that I really love this, because I've heard other people not liking it so much, but I'm very hopeful. And that is Spice Road by Maiya Ibrahim. And this is the gorgeous Fairy Loot edition. And I think that I will really like this because it's based on, I think it's Arabian. It's an Arabian setting, and it's got gin, and it's got all the fun fantasy things that I normally really enjoy, and something else that I thought was super intriguing. There's something called a beast seer that intrigues me, and it's got, oh yes, and it's got one of my random really favourite things to see in a book, which is magic tea. I don't know why. Um, yeah, magic tea. Magic tea, gin, Arabian setting. I'm sold. Love it. The next one is kind of a hope. It's a real hope. I hope that I'm going to like it. And it's about gaming, so I don't know. It is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. It's got a gorgeous cover. It looks like I would love it. And a lot of people have said really great things about it. And it's one of those that seem to be quite slow, and it follows two people over the course of their lives, and they have a gaming company, I want to say. Yeah, so it sounds pretty up my street, but I'm not 100% sure it will be 5 stars. I just hope with all my heart that it will be. The next one's one that is on my Kindle, and it is Juniper and Thorn by T. Kingfisher. And it is, I can't remember what it is now. Is it a Goblin Market retelling? It might be. It's a fairy tale retelling, and I love those. So, fingers crossed that I love it. I really hope so. And I'm predicting 5 star. God, I hope so. The next one that I have that I hope will be 5 stars is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen, and again, this is a fairy tale retelling. I can never remember what it is. I think it's Donkey Skin, and it just seems like the kind of thing that I would absolutely adore. So that's why I think it's going to be 5 stars. And it's kind of turned on its head a little bit, so I think it'll be really fun. Okay, and the next one is also one that's on my Kindle, and that is The 10,000 Doors of January by Alix E. Harrow. Wow, the wind's really getting up today. Okay. I don't know an awful lot about this, apart from that it is a portal fantasy, and that January finds a lot of doors, and it gives me kind of almost the Starless Sea vibes, but I'm hoping it's not that much like the Starless Sea, because I did not give that 5 stars, and I would like to give this one 5 stars. So we'll see what happens. And the next one I don't own yet, but I will own in April because that's when it comes out. And it is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. Now, the reason for this is because the cover looks an awful lot like House in the Cerulean Sea and Under the Whispering Door. I gave both of those 5 stars. I really love that style of writing from TJ Klune. I didn't give The Extraordinaries 5 stars. So, yeah, I'm hoping it's more like House in the Cerulean Sea. And it's also a Pinocchio retelling, so I really think that I will love it. and it's got robots. What's not to love? What is not to love? So, really hope that's 5 stars because I would love to give another one of his books 5 stars. The next one is a very recently acquired one, but I have a really good feeling about it because I read the first paragraph and I thought it was quite funny, and I'm just excited for it. It sounds a bit mental, so I'm there for it. And that is City of Nightmares by Rebecca Schaeffer. I really think I'm going to enjoy this one a lot because it's just so weird. I just think I'll love it. It's about a city of nightmares. People become nightmares when they wake up from one. And there's been rampaging giant spider. There's this gorgeous little guy who's, I assume he or she is a nightmare. There's this pterodactyl. And if that isn't random, I don't know what is. But I would very much like to know what's going on here. And I really hope it's 5 stars because I think it just gives me that vibe for me. Okay. The next one I actually don't know loads about, but it is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, and I've heard it described as fantasy, sci-fi, and I think it's like a little bit dystopian, which is having a resurgence, and I'm into it. So I think 5 stars. And that is literally based on nothing. I haven't read any Samantha Shannon books, but it just seems quite up my street, and everybody seems to love Samantha Shannon, so I hope that I will too. And then we've got, I can't tell you much about this one either. It's The Final Strife by, oh my gosh, what's her name? I think it's Sarah Al-Sirafi. Oh no, it's Sarah L. I think I'm confusing myself a little bit with that one because of Amina Al-Sirafi. But I think it's Sarah Al-Sirafi. Okay, I'm going to put it down here if I've got that wrong. Hopefully I haven't. It's hard when you don't have things right in front of you. But The Final Strife is a fantasy, and I can't remember much about it. But I remember when I read the description, I thought, I'm gonna love that. So hopefully it's 5 stars. I think it will be. Not sure. As with all of these, to be honest. But I hope so. And the next one is also a bit of a punt in the dark, but you know, that's just me apparently. And it is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. And this is very much a feminist book. And it's following Elizabeth Stott, who's a chemist, and she has her own daytime cooking show. And that's as much as I know about it, and that's as much as I need to know. It's like, I think it won like Waterstone's Best Author of the Year, and they featured it a lot. And I really think I'm going to like it, and it's got really cool edges. I'm excited about it. I think it will be really good, and I think I will love it. Okay, the last one that I have is on Kindle again, and it is The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett. And this is because I gave The Appeal 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. And The Twyford Code is about an author, and it's basically you have to find all these clues, and this is, I think, something about ciphers. I don't know. I don't know too much about it, but I loved the appeal, and I have a feeling that I will really love the Twyford Code. So hopefully that's another 5 stars. So which books are your 5-star predictions? What do you think you're going to love? Let me know in the comments. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! And it is also wow, I said that weird. Okay.